All right. Good morning, everyone. Sorry about that. Yeah. Good to see you, everybody. My name is Paul Trani. I'm going to dive into today's masterclass. Let me know if if the audio and video is coming in good and all that stuff. Audio might sound a little weird. I like have a cold, and I apologize for my voice. So bear with me. So awesome. Yes. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Exactly, Bobby Orlando, on this fine Friday, the beginning of a 3-day weekend in the U.S. And I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you're here to hang out with me. So this will be fun. Glad you like the pillows. I'm repping the brand today. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are here. Let's go ahead and dive into this if we can, because it's all about this lovely create change, I don't know, contest or awareness. Plenty of, various things that we can get involved in, but basically we do this every year. I think it's fun. But basically it's this Create Waves campaign that we do. Basically, you're supposed to do a Create Waves with your ocean self-portrait, and the link is in the description below, just so you know. But you could use the toolkit if you want, but it's with the Ocean Agency, United Nations Ocean Decade as well. The goal is to get featured, so just hashtags Create Waves, and just bring awareness to the critical impacts of climate change on our ocean and planet. So that's the goal, is to create waves with your own ocean self-portrait. So portrait of you and the ocean kind of mashed up together. So yeah, I think it'll be fun. And then also tag it with Adobe Gen Create as well. So anyways, the link is below. I could always paste it in chat too, just so you know. And yeah, and I think these are always fun facts that we have down here. Of course, the ocean makes our planet habitable. It regulates the climate and weather. Humans are entirely dependent on the ocean, right? 80% of the ocean remains unexplored, which is fascinating as well, right? Our world is shaped by our ocean. Yeah. The ocean's home to vast majority of life on Earth. But I think it's cool the Earth's 70% water, and aren't we like, I don't know what percentage of humans are water. If anybody has any insight there, that would be great. But we're largely water if we're anything. So anyways, I just started kind of grabbing some images. By the way, on that page, there should be a link. Use our toolkit. There's some designs. You can just use Adobe Express if you want to. But since this is a masterclass on Photoshop, I'm going to be using Photoshop, and we're going to have some fun with this. But you could also use Adobe Express. You could remix these designs. Just click right there, jump in, remix some of that stuff. Yeah, that's you could use Adobe Express to do that. All right, but what you could also do is I usually use, I'm going to do what I usually do, which is I'll use stock. So I'll jump out to Adobe stock, and I'll change this to free, and let's just search for water, right? We'll do our quick search, and we'll let that do its thing. Even though nothing's really working for me today. So this is fantastic. Like, it's just a ton of free assets. I just did water. There's 86,000 images. Stuff like this. This might be really good to use. So again, just license it, download it. I already have some of these assets, right? So some of the stuff that we could use to potentially make our own self-portrait. But also, what do we have to do is we have to take a photo, right? So you got to take a photo of yourself. I'll usually... I've already done this, but I should still have this. Oh, I do not have it connected. But if this was connected really fast, you can just connect if you're on a Mac, you can connect your phone via USB. And right in here, you can import from, there we go, not now. But right off to the side, you can see you can go ahead and import from iPhone or iPad. So from here, I could literally take a photo, Bingo. And then, so what it shows me right here is it already launched my camera automatically. So I can just flip this around and click Use Photo, and then it sends it right to Photoshop. So there it is. The lighting's horrible right now, but I've already done this. But anyways, we're all ugly bags of mostly water. So anyways, I just took this photo yeah, Photoshop can kind of take photos now, which is kind of crazy. So anyways, I think that's kind of cool. You get the idea. I'm going to close that because that one's not a great photo. It's okay because I've already done this. I've actually taken a photo yesterday. I just kind of tethered my camera and took some photos. So this is just one from yesterday that I'm going to use. So that's the plan, and we're going to make me look like water. I think it will be fun. All right, so we have this. We obviously have some waves in here. And I thought, okay, you know, if we're like mostly water and we're supposed to make this ocean self-portrait, you know, what if I try to, you know, make myself look like water somehow? Do I put waves on top of me, right? Some people will do this. Ba-boom. You know, maybe you'll play with blend modes. You know, yeah, you're going to get like just this stuff that only looks okay, you know? And really what you want to do is I want to be able to take water and make my whole head look like water, right? So that's what I want to do, right? And so it's going to take more than doing this. Another way some of you might think you could try is using curves. So you could jump in and use curves, and if you go up and down, right, you create waves here, right? You're going to get kind of like a metallic look that might work for like making waves. It's not the right color just yet. Hey, we could fix that too. We'll jump into, let's do a gradient map on that. Right, so we'll throw a gradient map on that. Again, we're experimenting, and I think this is fun. So we'll wait for it. It's loading up all my gradients. You know I'm a huge fan of gradients. Let's get in there. Get that one. Right there. So I just threw that gradient map on me, but I was trying to create various sort of levels of brightness, and then throwing a gradient map on it as well. Not crazy about this gradient map, so we could always fix that. Man, my machine is moving so slow. Because we need to add another level to this, right? We need to add some highlights, so let's jump in there and do that real fast. Make it white. There we are. There's our gradient map. Again, this is just going to give us a lot more flexibility. There we go. So you can kind of see what's happening there, right? Still doesn't look like water, right? Can we all agree? Doesn't look like water. Hi, Biola. How are you doing? Again, we can still play with these curves and try to get something interesting, right, to make us look like water. Another thing you might try is even using... You'll use Chrome, right? If you wanted to make text look like water, you might use a Chrome effect. So again, just showing you different ideas, and then I'm going to show you what I'm really going to do. But let's go into the filter gallery, and let's take a look down in here. There actually is something called Ocean Ripple. Yeah, ideas. Chrome, here it is. I think, you know, it's only going to do, you know, again, it's still a flat photo, but this is like, you know, one way of trying to simulate water, essentially. Okay. Yeah, this is very Silver Surfer-y, right? It's okay. This is where I think we honestly like reach the limit of Photoshop, because I'm like, this doesn't look good. Yeah, we could try to throw a gradient. It's kind of watery. It's like, it's not bad. Right? It's getting there. I'd maybe turn off that. This could work for an ocean portrait. Feel free. You know? Yeah, the chrome isn't very chromy. I mean, we can make it look chromy. I'll use it on I'll use it other ways. It works better on type, to be honest with you. That's right, Steve. The old school. Let's do this. In fact, I'll just do this real fast because this is going to look a lot better. I jump in here. Boom. Make it happen. Make it fast. Go. Work it. Work it. Throw a gradient overlay. Make it linear, top to bottom, like that. Add a bevel and emboss, right? And we'll even make this as black as it can be and get rid of all the spacing. In fact, we'll make it -90. Oh, that's maybe too much, but -50. Right, so we're just focusing on this text. So I could take this, I could make this look like water if I just turn it into a smart object. We'll go into filter, we'll jump back into filter gallery really fast. And now look at the chrome. Like, I think chrome, you kind of notice it a little bit more with this type, you know, and it's like, okay, I guess. It doesn't even seem to be changing that much when I change the level of detail and the smoothness. It's changing a little bit. But anyways, that's kind of a little bit more of a water look that I might go for. Right, there you go. Yeah, okay. Where's our one photo? Let's get back in here. This one. Anyways, you get the idea. All right. So yeah, we've exhausted the limits of Photoshop. And I'm like, okay, I'm making myself look like water. What I could do, this is kind of where I ended up. I said, you know what? Let's get rid of this crazy filter, back to normal me. But let's use like a 3D model, you know? So this is where I thought, okay, well, let's take Stager. And I already have this done. I'm sorry. let's scale it back some. This is already done. Let's get rid of this. Trash it. You know, here's this, honestly, just like a standard model that I've used. I actually got it from, if you guys are curious, I got it from Cinema 4D. Actually has a bunch of models. So I just went to the content browser and I grabbed the human head. Right? That's all I did. So again, I'm giving you guys resources. Let's jump out there some more. Let's point out to, you know, Turbo Squid. Here we go. Human head. Bam. Again, and what we could do from here is we can go into price and we'll change this to free. And here's all these free human heads that we could use. So that's what I did. Oh, Sicily. Tarcisio, good to have you here from Sicily. That's awesome. So yeah, this is where you can get free 3D models. It's so cool. So what did I do? I took that, just imported it, right? And it comes in looking like this, pretty much. Maybe the ray tracing is turned off, right? And then you can say, hey, you know what? Let's take, you know, this photo. It's called Paul Water. It's the PSD. And we'll load that in the background. Let's get rid of that stuff. Paul Water, PSD. Bam. Drop that in the background. It'll load in. Wait for it. And there it is. Let's actually turn off. There it is. Ooh. Wait, did I get that right? We'll load up this JPEG. Okay, this will just be... There we go. There's the JPEG, right? There's the face. And then it's just a matter of sort of positioning it right in there. Like, let's get it right there, right? Let's adjust the opacity, right? Let's take the opacity down so we get it mapped there perfectly. Yeah, it kind of does look like some Grey's Anatomy medical images. I'm really into... I like medical illustration. You know, I just think it's just so cool. That's what I thought I was going to do when I was back in college. So there that is, right? Looks good, right? It's just the default material, but we'll jump in and we'll grab. We could grab water. I'll show you what water does. Water will make it look clear. So this might work. Let's always turn on ray tracing. Why does that? So let's take a look at the properties real fast. And I hope you guys don't mind. I'm using Adobe Substance 3D Stager. Dimension will work similarly, FYI. Kind of like a Michael Myers mask. Yeah. So the environment light is the waves. So that's what I've done. I have gone in and I can say match image. We can match, basically this is how you can create lights based on the photo. Right, that's essentially what I've done. So just so you know, right in here, we have that background. We'll go back to that light or environment. And the environment light is basically the background. So anyways, it's reflecting the background. That's cool. That's right. Right, so this is the whole thought. Like, this is really cool. It's like, okay, I could have tried to simulate this all day long in Photoshop when I'm like, maybe I'm not using the right tool for the job for what I want to do. But this is looking pretty darn good, right? What else? What else? What else? We can go into the material for this object. It's going to be largely this water right down here. We can start to play with the roughness, right? If I drag that up, we're going to get rid of some of that detail. So I can kind of control the amount of reflectivity that we have going on here. Like if I want it less of a reflective look, it's just a matter of adding the roughness, right? We'll just crank up metallic, and you can see it's adding even more. It's starting to make me look like the, what is it, the T-1000 from Terminator. You know, it's getting a little chromy right here, right? But overall, like, not bad. I kind of like the original way it was. I like this. I think this looks pretty good. So from there, we'll save it. We'll render this out, which I've already done. Right? So we don't need to, you guys don't need to wait for that. All right, so I missed that same year. Such a hard field to enter. I don't know if you're talking about 3D or not. Okay, okay. So 3D can be tough, but honestly, I feel like Dimension and Stager are just the easiest entry point for 3D, right? It's like, hey, even if I want to add more things to it, we have all this stuff. So again, you could find your own out there, or you could use these. And even in here, we should have some, oh yeah, here's some splashes as well. So if I decide I want to use additional elements, you know, I could throw those in there as well. And you get the idea. There's another splash. So there's just additional elements that I could render out. So I'm dropping that in there. Turning off my head. And then making sure we use that material on it too. So this is what I could render out. I'll use water, but also glass works just as well. So we'll just kind of take a look at the glass, which is pretty cool. Largely has the same properties, just doesn't have any transparency aspect to it. Let's throw the water on there and see how different it is. Yeah, I like the water too. All right, so we did it. Let's go ahead and I'll just drop that in there, and I'm just going to render this out really fast. We're going to do this splash because we might need that as an element. We'll hit render and have it do its thing, and we'll jump back into Photoshop. All right, here it is. Boom, there's one. Perfect. Okay, let's take this one. And what is this one? Let's compare these two. This one, the angle I had to play with a little bit, but I think this one's our best one. So we'll open that. It's not going to be perfect, but hey, it'll get us part of the way there. There it is, rendered 3D image. Drag that over. Don't mind me, I just need to quit out of some of these apps. And there it is. Boom. Boom. And let's play with some of the blend modes. Right? Look at that's like almost spot on. Like it's not perfect because it's not actually my face, but it's close enough. But now we can start to morph it into place. Splash. Where's Daryl Hannah? Ah, Reverb Mike. I just like that you're here, man. I love all these old school references. I'm just into it. Love it. All right, let's turn this into a smart object. So this is going to be water, Paul. And then I can start kind of pushing myself around and doing all that stuff. We'll transform. We'll warp it. Right? We'll start adding these lines because some parts of my face I don't want to move. So I'll start to just add a dividing line right there. Boom. Right? Because I don't want to move this side of my face. So I'll just add, I don't even know what they call these. I basically split the warp vertically is what I've done. We'll take another one, put it over here. We'll take another one, like put it down here. Something like that. But the cool thing about the warp is you could just like click out here and pull it like so. Again, I don't want to get that out of place, but this should... See, I'm able to kind of pull this out just a little bit. Come on, buddy. Let's throw some more in here. Boom. Yeah, let's throw some more in here. Why not? Adding all kinds of crazy points in here now. But I added more points, just lets me control just this one spot. Because all I wanted to do is pull that out a little bit. That's all I'm doing. Just pulling that out a little bit. Trying to keep everything like in place. I'm not being too crazy. But again, adding a point down here, we can pull this part out a little bit. The shape of water. I'm not even going to worry about too much of this. I'm probably just going to have my head and no shirt. Nothing below the sort of the neckline here. But yeah, we'll just pull that stuff around. All right, that's fine. Ooh, let's do the ear. Okay, so I hit enter. You ready for this, Julia? Hello, Julia. Frozone from The Incredibles. I love the references. Let's do Command T, right click, and that's an easy way to get back to warp. When I get back into warp, I like it since this is a smart object. It remembers all of those points. I'm just totally into that. It's like Frozone. Again, just kind of pushing stuff around. Another way to do this is using the puppet pin tool, puppet warp as well. All right, so there that is done. Let's move my ear into place. And yeah, let's just kind of like play with this. This is the old version, so we're just going to take this old version, put it away. Put this stuff away. Right, let's put that away. Let's get this cleaned up. Such a mess. Let's get rid of that. Maybe even turn that off. Right? So there that is. Let's make sure these are the right. Okay, those are exactly the same. This one's on top. Let's clip it. I'm just going to make a clipping mask. And I'm just going to try a couple things, to be honest with you. Because that's, this is what I want to do. Try some things and see what works. Playing with some of these blend modes. Maybe the problem is my skin tone, right? So there's some different things we can do. you know, I look like I'm wrapped in plastic. But maybe we need to work on my skin tone. So you can see right in here, and I'll just delete that. But you want to add just a cool tone to any image. You could do that a number of ways. The easiest way is just throwing a photo filter in there. Just acting like there's a photo filter, a cooling filter on top, right? And that's what that does. Just like gives it that cool tone. We'll make sure it clips. Shabamo. There it is. Like we've just cooled it down a little bit. And I like this cooling filter, 82. Obviously, I can control that some more. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. How we doing? Exactly. We're just throwing stuff at the wall. And because I'm not 100% sure I'm not 100% sure, like, honestly, what I'm trying to do here. I wanted to make like a water portrait. So that's kind of how I ended up here. So who knows, people. But hey, let's have some fun. Let's work on this composite maybe a little bit more. Do I blend it out? Do I clip? Do I throw the ocean back there? You know, I'm going to end up looking like the Silver Surfer or something. You know, do I have a piece of me that is revealing, you know, my face? Again, just an idea. Is it something like this? Wait for it. Probably not. Needs fish. Okay. Julia brings up a good point. Needs fish, maybe? Like needs other elements? Is this the right element? Do I invert it? So I do have another idea that I'm working on, by the way. Let's do the reverse of this. Let's do this really fast. Just see what happens. If you hold down, by the way, glad you guys are here. I want to copy this mask, right? Option drag, and you can duplicate that mask. Just option drag, right? And then we'll invert it. Boom. So now we have like this piece. Is this something that's working? I don't know. All right, so going off that seashells by the seashore, sure, fish, stuff like that. Things like this, yeah, maybe this will work. We're going to save this. We're going to save this as like version 1. We basically have like a water version of me. Again, that needs help. But I had this new idea of taking something like this where I am kind of sliced. So I'm going to make a second version. I'm going to have version number 2. So I'm going to really jack with this file now. But taking kind of like this similar concept and cutting my face in half. I know, scary. And we're going to use the pen tool. We're going to take the pen tool. We're going to make a lovely little path. And we'll just try this out. Let's just have this go up like this, down. But I want it to be angled up a little bit. The ear is going to be trouble. I'm going to move all of this down. Anyways, let's just make this shape. Yeah, that's not what I want. All right, let's try this one more time. Pen tool, boom, 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 boom. We want this to kind of go down here. Zoop. And then maybe up. And then like that. Drawn this shape. There we go. There's my shape. With this shape, I did this a couple weeks ago because I love it. But I want to turn this into a vector mask. So right in here, we're going to take the current path and turn that into a vector mask. Now you can see it right over here. Here's my vector mask that I can manipulate all I want because I knew I wasn't going to get it perfect. I'm not that good. But now I can jump in and just kind of tweak this accordingly to get it the way we want. So again, this one's kind of about like the other one where like, I don't know, 70% water or something like that. Are we the same percentage of water as the Earth is, if you will? That would blow my mind. But there's that half. So now what we could do is right in here is we'll create a little plane for like the ocean. So let's just turn that off. Right in here, we're going to create like the ocean is going to live right in here. So let's do that. Going back out to here. Oh, it would be fun to do a group collab. We're going to do ocean. Ocean. And I need something like this. Perfect. License it, baby. Let's get that one. Ooh, this is a gorgeous image. So many gorgeous images. They're all free. This is crazy. How do we even make any money? I don't know. Just grabbing a couple images. This one's gorgeous. I love this. Okay, but again, just getting some images that will work for us. Done, done, done. Pasting that in there. There we are. We could do this a couple ways. Let's do this with just a brush. And thank you so much for joining me today. I also get to do another masterclass on Adobe Express later today. So that's going to be really fun for creative pros. Okay, so here's a situation where I'm kind of still painting this in. Is that perfect? No. I might regret doing that, but let's go ahead and turn that into a clipping mask. And there we have this lovely plane of water. Right, there we are. Shoop. Shrink that down. Get our proportions correct. We could do something like that. Right, we'll still have the top of my head as well. I love Reverb Mike. You're full of the pop culture references. Everything to do with water or things that look like water. Into it. All right. Also, notice with these lines, if we take a look, notice how I can't see the lines. It's like blue on blue. That's right up here. We could just always jump in here and say, hey, you know what? Let's change this to something I can actually see. How about that? Magenta. Finally. Much easier in my case. Have that like so. So this is going to be the top of my head. Zoop. Right? Whatever. Maybe we got to reveal my eyes. I don't know. I'm just playing around, guys. Hopefully you guys are into this. Again, just a thought. And this is based off of whoever said fishes. I just thought of like a dolphin jumping out of like the water. So that's kind of how I ended up here. But, you know, do we do something like this? Because that's what I want to do. Let me show you another image. You guys ready for this? You guys, might be familiar with this one. I'm going to show it in a second as soon as I kind of fix some of these curves. Bear with me. I'm like, which, you know, how is this going to be sliced? That's what I'm thinking. It should be straight across. Okay, wait for it. I'm going to show you a cool project that we might be able to steal from, and kind of like what this was kind of inspired by. And maybe it will give us some more ideas. And again, if you're just joining me, this is all about a Create Waves campaign that we have going on, just bringing awareness about our lovely ocean. It's the only ocean we have, right? I'm saying ocean as in the whole body of water. We got to take care of it and bring awareness to it and its health, right? We want to be healthy. We want the earth to be healthy. And, you know, if it wasn't for the ocean, like, where would we vacation? I don't know. That's okay. So there's that top part. We'll work on the bevel and all that fun stuff later, but there that is. Let me click over to this other project that you might be aware of. You know, this one that I've, you know, worked on. It's kind of like this impossible triangle idea. You know? Which is really cool. I love this. Like, this is cool. This has magic to it. Oh yeah, John Marston has it. Cool to have water spilling over the side of your face like a waterfall. Oh, yes. That would be awesome. So, but I think this is just like magical right here. I'm into this. I want to do a human face version of this. And I don't know what that's going to look like. But I like the magic that's going on here. This is called impossible triangle, so some things are upside down. This is kind of coming out of here. I don't know what I was thinking. This kind of bends around. That's weird. You know, you got a city down here. That's weird. San Francisco. It's not perfect, but it's kind of fun. Like, this is kind of cool. So anyways, this is a PSD that I could actually steal from, huh? Hey, it's my PSD. I think that's okay. So let's, I don't know. Will that work? Is that a good idea? Michelle likes it. Like, do we? Let's bring back this. Let's option drag. Bingo. Get rid of that. You know. And do we do that sort of thing here? Right? That could work. That could be pretty cool. Let's take the top part. And do that. Right? So now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gas, as they say. We're going to throw some fish in here. All sorts of stuff. Right? It's going to be fun. Right? And I'm glad you guys are here because, like, I'm glad you're here to, like, witness me go through the different pain points of creating this. And you know, witnessing kind of like, you know, us all go through the process of what's working, what doesn't work, and actually just bearing with me. Because, like, what we were making earlier wasn't working, but we're still able to take pieces of it and get something cool. Okay? All right, we need to make this darker for sure, so let's just do this. We'll blend it. So I'm going to be stealing a lot from the impossible triangle, as it's known. Because again, I spent a lot of time on this. I'm glad I'm able to just like take some of these assets. And by the way, do you guys know this trick, by the way? Hold down the command key. So I need to find this, like this water over here. If you command and click, boom, it'll jump clear down to that specific layer. It's like, oh, that's what I need. I need that asset, right? And then I can actually hold down the Option key and click on, Option key, click on that thumbnail, or click on any one of these and it'll jump to, Option, click on the thumbnail, it'll jump to that object. So anyways, jump right here, grab this, drop it over here. Let's get our whale. We like our whale. Let's get our little fishies. They're right here. I can command click. Oh, look at all these awesome fish that I have. Let's get them all. Bring them all over. This boat, perfect. Oh, this yacht. I'm going to take all of this yacht stuff and bring that over. Anything else? Oh, that works for now. Oh, Taken John say, how about water coming and going down your eye and going into the ocean, crying for the pain of the pollution of our oceans? Bruce is so poetic. Oh, Bruce is going deep. Oh man, he's tugging at my heartstrings. I like the idea. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that. Let's do our, again, what did we like about this? I love this part. This splashing around. So cool. Right? Command click. There it is. There's the tail. Bingo. Oh, I swear I'm not usually this organized. But today I am. Bruce is just tugging at my heartstrings. He's like, oh, what if you did this, Paul? I'm going to get all choked up. All right, so there's that. You know, the whale. Let's take a look inside. Make all of this a smart object. Tail. Shrink it down. Zip. So we'll do something like that, right? And then, of course, our yacht. Now, for this yacht, for a lot of these pieces, by the way, Terry Henry, what's up? So this boat isn't at the right angle, right? It's not this what do you call it? I forget. What type of angle that is. Just the. Anyways, so nonetheless, my favorite plugin is from Pixel Squid. Right in here, guys, this is my new best friend. We'll jump in here. Yacht. Hardest part is spelling the word yacht, but we'll jump in here. We might be able to find that exact same yacht, but essentially, I could take this yacht right here. It's going to be a 3D object that I get to manipulate at the angle that I want. So, there it is. And now we'll rotate it. And we'll give it this slight angle. That's going to be more like it. Ready? Bing. And there it is. Turn off shadows. And then move it on up. And then shrink it down. Zoop. So there's our yacht. Getting a blue tint. Oh, it's from that photo filter. Okay. I like the blue photo filter over everything. Not necessarily over this yacht though. I don't know. It's getting the color I need to work on still. But hopefully do you guys like this? I'm loving this. Oh, thanks a yacht. Bad joke. like this. You get the idea. This is going to take me a lot longer than this stream. I only have 5 minutes, but you kind of have all the fundamentals here for making this. So we'll put this in here. We'll get rid of this old yacht. Ooh, that's what I did for that previous one. It looks like I even gave it a reflection and all sorts of things. But kind of like that. And then the shift key. Something like that. Yada, yada, yada. Jokes. Love them. We can paint on this darker, right? Throw another layer. Make it a clipping mask. Hit I to sample the blue color. B for brush. Let's right click. Let's make it a soft round. We'll ease up that flow. But basically, I just want to make it like, I feel like it needs to be a little darker. Like something right there. And it wasn't much, but I think it just kind of sells it a little bit more, right? Like that. Cool, cool. Where's our little fishy? Our little fishies are over here. We'll take those, all of these fish, and yeah, there they are. Put them. It looks like they have some blend modes set to multiply, so let's just change that. But yeah, we'll put the fish in there as well and just adjust the transparency. Again, super easy way to bounce around these just by holding the command key. I can jump to those layers. Or if I need to find out which fish is Mandy, well, let's just option click. There's Mandy, there's Pei, there's Renee, there's Rosa. These are people on the Photoshop team, by the way. So that's fun. This one looks like it's outside of the darn chin. Get back in there. Take that opacity down. Again, option click. Or command click, sorry. Take that opacity down. And let's move them all in here more. What else do we need? We need an octopus. Who wants an octopus? Wouldn't you just love to see like, I don't know, just like a sea creature? Like maybe there's like a big tentacle that's wrapping its arm around my shoulder. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, let's do that. Tentacle. And there we go. Spooky little weird tentacle like wrapping. I don't know. We're just having fun today. And I want to welcome Richard. What's up? Good morning to you as well. So is that a thing that's happening? I don't know, but it could be. You know, is it back there doing something? I don't know. Is it? That's what needs to happen. It needs to be down here. It's half underwater, right? So this is going to be on the top. It's going to be splashing out, and the rest of the octopus is going to be underneath. So that's what we'll do. So we do need to find a full-on octopus. But this is going to be one of his tentacles kind of breaking out of there. And we'll use a lot of these splashes and waves. I'm basically just going to probably brush some splashes in there. Or I could even take that. Oh, you want to know how to actually use for the splashes? I used a cloud brush. A cloud brush will work fine. So we go to brushes. Cloud. Bingo. Shabango. Shabam. And, you know, I don't know. It's not going to be that great initially. You're going to have to give me more time. But already that kind of looks like it's splashing out of there. It's going to need more time. You know, honestly, when in doubt, use photo references. Like seriously, I would rather use a photo, to be honest with you, than use a brush. Because as soon as I painted this, I'm like, not quite there, Paul. You know, are you going to spend all that time painting it? Or do you find some sort of splash in here that I can use? Right? So I have this one. That's perfect. I'll make sure that one's downloaded and I'll use it. Or this right here. Ooh, sorry, this one. You know, getting our assets squared away. Getting those backgrounds squared away. I think there's going to be some gorgeous backgrounds. This. And stuff. All right. Go back out here. We'll take a look at octopuses. And you guys get the idea. Thank you, Julia. Yeah, I hope I feel better as well. But yeah, this is kind of like, I think it's well on its way. A lot more needs to happen with it, to be honest with you. Like a lot more. So just like, I don't know, just like follow me on the social medias so you could see how this turns out in the end, you know, because it still has a ways to go, and I love everybody's idea. Same thing for the waterfall. Actually, there are waterfall brushes out there that I'll probably end up using, but you get the idea. And again, this is for this lovely Create Waves campaign that we're having. And guess what? You could use Adobe Express as well. Get this done in a fraction of the time. But I'm going to be talking about that later on today at 9:30 Pacific Ocean time, right? So yeah, do that. Again, there's waterfall brushes. You could use those. So that's what I'm going to work on this for a little bit longer. And you guys get the idea. Let's see if I can find a waterfall. Oh yeah, let's grab one. Who said this? Bruce? Get it in there. We got to get it in there for Bruce. Bruce demands to have a waterfall. Oh, coming from my eye. Bam, there it is. Just in the nick of time. Oh, the sadness. Let me work on that some more. But you get the idea. Oh, so sad. Oh, I'm so depressed now. Just kidding. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you guys. We'll see you soon. And stay tuned for Terry White. Thanks so much for watching.